the sugar in there, the dextrose, right? And you can see what I'll do.
Oh, careful.
And essentially, once the cell has been released from the adipose, it doesn't have that protective coat anymore, right? But the D5LR acts as a bit of a more protective barrier to the cells, smashing against the side of the, little conical vial in there.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and retrieve our SVF. These needles are actually 16 gauge needles, but I cannot find any 16 gauge needles here in the US. It's from Korea. But an 18 gauge spinal needle is fine.
Your stem cells are going to be at the bottom, and they're going to be in a little pellet there. So you see that she draws them up. Sometimes you might, it's a big needle, and there's a chance that that pellet is all, stuck together. In this case, it doesn't look like that was the case. But all you need to do is kind of draw a little fluid up and push it down gently. You'll break that pellet up in all those cells, and you'll be able to draw them up with no problem whatsoever.
Okay. And then you get about 7 to 8 cc's, but I like to put a little bit of 2 cc's of D5LR in there, just so I could wash whatever's left in there that's stuck in there. We do a little shake.
Every last drop, right?
Yes, exactly. Every last drop.
You'll see too. This is a pretty bloody sample. Sometimes you'll find it's not so bloody and it's a lot clearer. It really depends on the patient, right? So our patient is in good shape. She's healthy. If you get your, I don't want to be recorded necessarily, but if you get like an Oompa Loompa coming into your office, right, and they're on a diet of cigarettes and frosted flakes.
How much more did you get?
It's going to be a lot of
like a
adipose
cc more?
tissue. It's not
I
gonna
got
be
2
bloody.
cc's
Also,
more.
Oh, go! Wow,
it's
that's a
belly
big
fat.
difference. Yeah,
It's a lot less vascular than say the back flanks.
could
That's
be
what
like
Dr. Lehman
20
was
million more
from back
cells.
there.
Yeah.
You're gonna
You
get,
can try to
because
dilute
of the-
more if you
Yeah,
want.
it's ready to inject her IV,
vascular,
right?
you have
Just
more
like that.
hepatocytes, more hematopoietic stem cells. Great for angiogenesis. So there's a method to the madness.
We're gonna filter it. We have a 100 micron filter in here.
If you get confused, there's a little arrow on the side of the filter that tells you
Which
what's
way?
up and what's down.
What's the main components you're filtering out with this step?
If there's any, collagen matrix
Yeah.
left over, that's all it is. There's really, it should be pretty.
So it's still the final product. It's RBC and leukocyte rich. Or,
Yeah, there'll be red
Yeah,
blood cells in
yeah,
there for sure. You have some white blood cells in there.
so you can have a little acute soreness and inflammation from that.
No, we
from
don't ever
cells?
see pro-inflammation on this.
Okay, good.
It's always anti-inflammatory.
Okay. Like you said, every
Last
cell
drop,
drop.
yeah.
When do you expect the patient to see improvement?
1 to 3 months, although sometimes there's an initial anti-inflammatory reaction in the first couple of weeks.
Also depends on the condition too, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, like they warned me that I wouldn't see results for 3 months, and almost to the day, I had the results.
So it depends too. So like knees and hips and things like that, we'll see results closer to 1 to 3 months in that window. Shoulders can take a lot longer, so we'll see 3 to 6 month window for shoulders.
When you IV it, is it a direct push? Do you dilute it with saline?
No, it's gonna go
slow
Okay.
drip, yeah.
All right.
Right here, 100 cc bag of saline with 170 micron of.
Let's
Alright.
put half in there, the other half I'll put into the bursa.
Okay.
And how long is the IV drip about?
However long, Audrey.
20
20,
minutes.
Okay.
20
30
minutes.
minutes.
Sometimes patients, they're like in a rush, so they say, can you make it a little faster?
That's
but
me when I get my cells back. I scoop
Yeah,
it up and
he does.
squeeze it back. But no, I think that there's a method to the madness with everything. Some people like to do an IV push, but if you do an IV
Go
push,
stuck
it's
in
all of
there.
a sudden it's a rush of cells that maybe make themselves present to the immune system. You might be more likely to have some kind